Trying to place the blame on everybody, on each other, when it's like the real issue seems like we've just normalized low effort on both parties and called it dating.
When you ask women, I think I asked you guys a couple weeks ago, what makes a good partner? Like, what makes you a good teammate? And most of the women really couldn't answer it. But that's not uncommon because women don't think about relationships like we think about relationships. You guys get relationships brought to you, but you've never had to maintain a relationship, which is why I say women don't date.
I have experienced those types of women because I got a lot of guy friends. And so I do know that they experience that nothing is good enough. I had a guy friend that literally showed that girl that he really liked her and he had money, but he wasn't just about to dump it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna take care of you and just buy everything for you and do all of these things. Um, and she thought because one, he didn't spend all of that money on her. Not that he didn't spend any, he just didn't spend a lot of money on her. And also, he wasn't like overtly sexual with her, like always want, you know what I'm saying? So like I could understand that they do treat you all the same. I can agree with that for sure. So
That's
yeah, I guess we're doing that to each other, but that was my point, is that we experience the same things in different ways from each other. So what is the middle ground when we're talking about like the art of dating, because it's work to be done on both sides.
the middle ground is used is women ceding to the people to the men who have to do all the work. You said that men don't date women like they men did in the 90s or 2000s. It's because we don't have those types of women to date. Like one a wise man once said, the good women are standing too close to the hoes.
But have you
Hold on.
sometimes ever thought
So,
that you overlook?
and then what happens is y'all want like an outcome. Y'all want us to be traditional like our grandfathers, but you can't cook and clean like our grandmothers. Like our grandmothers wasn't online twerking, having their titties and shit out, doing all this bald headed hoe shit for attention on Instagram, and then he wants to take you serious. Like this is the problem. Y'all keep trying to tell the people who have the ability to give you the thing, to do the thing, how they're supposed to give it to you, when they're supposed to give it to you, and what you're not going to give them in return, and then expect them to want to acquiesce to your wishes. It's almost insane. The fact that like the fact that we have these conversations and people keep thinking, look, it's different on both sides. It doesn't really matter about your side, unfortunately, because you're the inferior piece in this one. Because all you're doing is participating in the date. To True's point, you just show up and get shit done for you. All you have to do is get dressed and walk out the house. We can pick you up. You're expected to pick you up or compensate you for gas. You got kids. You want to pay for a babysitter, which that's some sucker shit too. But everything about dating is centered around making y'all happy, like proving us to you. And then for those of us who are the men that women want to date, I gotta prove myself that I can do all these things to date a motherfucker who's living check to check. That's got, 2 or 3 years worth of niggas she's still trying to heal from, somebody else's children, and then still doesn't cook and clean because she has DoorDash for her kids. Like, what are we getting by doing these things for the average woman today? I will obviously admit there are some women who are above this, so this doesn't apply to them. But a hit dog will holler. Look at the chat. The worst part about this is like y'all really, really think that y'all are gonna be able to ever get us to change anything where we're the ones doing it, we're the ones providing the service. You're either gonna take what we getting or you're saying shut the fuck up at the end of the day, because you guys are gonna end up being 50, 60 years old and having to explain this same shit that I'm explaining to you to your daughter and her daughter, so they don't end up like you.
Trying to place the blame on everybody, on each other, when it's like the real issue seems like we've just normalized low effort on both parties and called it dating.
I
No,
don't really I don't really think, Toya, there's been a lot of effort on the female end. I have to pick on you guys for a second. And that just seems to be the common practice. When you ask women, I think I asked you guys a couple of weeks ago, what makes a good partner? Like, what makes you a good teammate? And most of the women really couldn't answer it. But that's not uncommon because women don't think about relationships like we think about relationships. You guys get relationships brought to you, but you've never had to maintain a relationship, which is why I say women don't date typically. But go ahead.
I don't think that's 100% true.
Okay.
In my experience, I said you can't shoot the messenger. In my experience, I've seen women who actively, work on their relationships, actively try to make the men that they're with happy. Like they find ways to make their life easier. They find ways to do things for them. So like I don't think that's necessarily true. Maybe it's not true for a woman who really don't fuck with you, or she really don't like you like that. Maybe, but and like I said, that's just my experience. So
from a unbiased perspective, you may be right in your anecdotal, right? But basically, and I've talked to thousands of women, observed thousands of women. When you listen to what women complain about, they complain about effort. You guys are sprinters. Y'all not long distance runners when it comes to relationships. Y'all do great in short spurts. You're awesome for a day, maybe even a weekend. But you ask this woman the question, and we break it down, things like finances. I don't know why finances are the thing, but when we ask if he loses it all and he got to put the bank on you, the house on you, most women can't fathom having to change the roles and literally maintain her relationship, from her effort to her beauty regimen to her finances. That doesn't even compute to y'all. But to us, that's normal. That's Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Toy.
So what happens if you're dating a woman who's already doing all these things? She has these things already like done in her own life. How does that translate to? I'm guessing you're talking about a man who's actively like paying bills and all of that. Like he lives with her or something. Like,
well, you just mentioned an adult. To me, what all things is she doing? Because
right, but I'm saying you made it seem like it was some helpless woman that he's dating that, you know, if he lost it all tomorrow, she can't help him get it back, or she not standing on her own 2 feet to help him stand up. Like, I'm confused.
This is the fact. Most women can't. If he stops contributing to what is their relationship, there is no relationship. She can't maintain it. That's just commonplace.
I mean, but they both have to contribute to the relationship. That's how it works. It's a team effort.
Like, so this is the crazy, like, true. This is what I hate happens to you when because you're nice. First of all, you said women are sprinters. Women don't even fucking run the race. They sit at the finish line and fuck the winners. That's what all of them want to do. None of them want to run the race. None of them are marathon runners. They go to the end of the line and pass out water halfway through, see who's in the lead, and then walk to the end and try to give him some pussy before somebody else does. They're not in here trying to build with us, because look at all of us on the panel and the majority of the men that actually have successful women, the ones who have fallen off. None of those women can put them niggas back on. All they could do is try to make him feel better about it, because let's be transparent. Your woman doesn't make as much money as you do. So if she fell off, she might be able to hold you down for a month. But in that month, she's going to treat you different. In that month, after that month is over, she's going to start looking at you different. It's going to be okay. When she walk in the house, she see you chilling. Then, you know, for 2 weeks, maybe cool. Week 3, hey, have you heard any jobs? You know, what are we doing? Because, like, that's what happens. So you sitting here saying that women are actually even trying to sprint. They're not. A woman is only going to be as good as her man has taught her to be once she has one. And before she gets with one, she's only going to be as good as a man that raised her. And then look at their fucking results. Like, we women swear they should have their own man, which is ridiculous, because y'all want the same niggas. So they all want their own good guy. And then they think that when they get one, that they're going to be able to run him and turn him into the type of nigga they cheat on in 2 or 3 years. So, like, when you talk to them, like, it's almost as if they like talking to you because you won't give them these talking points. You don't ask them things like, should you marry before you carry? Because all of them would then be like, shut the fuck up. They won't talk to you no more. Or you don't ask them questions where you put them in corners and make them yes or no. You let them do that deflection shit she just did. So shout out, bro, but you got to start putting their feet to the fire.
But Willie, I think it's a very detrimental mindset to have, especially if you're in the dating scene and you're dating women, no? So if that's the way you think, and you saying all women are like this, or the general consensus,
majority,
what hope do you have to find an average woman?
Well, the thing is, so if you're making it personal about me, it's not a problem that I have. But if we want to talk about somebody else that's adjacent to me, he doesn't have this problem either, because, again, that nigga's not average. Average niggas these are the problems they get dealing with average women. And nobody who has these points, who has the lifestyle that can have him articulate these points and put them on internet, we don't have these problems. The average nigga that y'all don't even talk to do. So when me, True, and White get up here and start talking about this type of shit, it's because we were talking about the average niggas. If we made it personal, y'all wouldn't be able to say shit to none of us. It would just be a bunch of head nods and be like, okay, yeah, you got a point. Well, yeah, I really can't argue with that nigga. He's actually doing it. Like, we're the ones who are actually out here doing these things and being successful to it. And then if you just remind us and listen to your responses, you're proving all of our points.